I've always thought the Chinese culture was really fascinating to me, even the Asian and the Japanese culture as well. But since now, back in 1998, Disney made Mulan, of course, being the 36th animated film. And you might think that I actually think this is an absolute masterpiece, like some of the critics do think, right? Well, in some respects, the animation does seem masterpiece quality, but I don't think it's the best one they made. But it is one of my favorites, though. So, the story does take place in China, of course. Excuse me, I apologize. So, it opens up with an ambush at the Great Wall of China, where our villain, who was the leader of the Hans, not a Shan Yu, is basically trying to take over China. But one of the soldier people, or like a captain of the Imperial soldiers, was talking to the Emperor, played by Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid movies himself. He tells him that one day a warrior will come in and help out, basically bring peace east to the entire valley. Then we enter our main character Mulan, who has to get ready for to see if she's able to get married and stuff. Of the matchmaker, or that's what it is, the matchmaker. So she had to get her ready. A nice little song comes up on the orchestra done by Jerry Goldsmith, the composer of The Secret of Nim. And Looney Tunes Back in Action. And that crappy Congo movie. But I'm getting off track. But anyway, she does see the other lady herself. And of course, funny. It is pretty funny that she is kind of humiliating herself and stuff like. But it does go sad where she says, "You may look like a bride, but you'll never bring your family honor." I'm like, that's pretty nasty to say, Mulan. But a little bit later, the Emperor does send out his assistant, who was a pencil pusher, played by James Hong. Tells him that the Hans have invaded China. He says that one man from of their family member must join the army in order to protect the entire country of China. Her father Mulan is So Mulan's father wants to help out, and she doesn't want him to because he's a very old man. He's kind of ill or something. Like, he's an old man. But they do have an argument at the dinner table, and then she realizes if she dresses up as a boy, she can be able to help out. But the granny, played by the late June Foray, the Looney Tunes actress, she prays that that the ancestors watches over her. But the leader of the ancestor people, played by George Takai, the guy who goes, "Oh my," awakens the dragon named Mushu, played awesomely by Eddie Murphy. He's basically the Gong Duty character, who used to be a guardian, but he messed up with one of the people. But he was told to awaken the Great Stone Dragon, but he accidentally destroys it by trying to wake him up and stuff. But then he actually he makes a plan with the cricket, the lucky cricket, tells him to go get her and stuff. And then if he helps him out, they'll definitely beg him to come back to work. And of course, they do bump into each other, or they do go into the camp as well. And then Mulan comes across some colorful characters, like some very funny characters, like the show-off character named Ling, on the tough guy named Yao, played by Harvey Fierstein, the guy from Mrs. Doubtfire, or who played as the gay brother. It's that actor. I love that guy. He's a very funny guy, a great actor. And the other guy who's basically a pacifist. But Mulan's actual love interest character named Chang, played by B.D. Wong from the Jurassic Park movies, like Jurassic Park 1 and Jurassic World, and is coming back for Jurassic Park 5. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. But Well, he's basically more of the straight guy who doesn't get the joke at first, but then later on he'll definitely all become a very nice person and all. Uh, But uh, but basically Mulan does train herself to become a man on his stuff, and then they try to fight off, and then a lie revealed story does happen that she did it to save her father and stuff. Of after a really cool battle on the mountains, and stuff. Other than they try, and of course they do save China later on and stuff. So while the story is really good, I will admit, and Mulan herself is a very enjoyable character. But I don't think she's great, but she's pretty enjoyable. Oh, so what do you call it? What else is good about the film? The animation, I think they do a really good job with the animation. And the Chinese culture is really fast. Like I said, the Chinese culture is very fascinating to me. I love how all the I love the culture. I love how they live one another. I love how they sit down. I love how they farm their food, harvest their food and stuff. I love how all the shops look. I love a lot. It really fascinates me what the culture is like. The comedy is, oh god, hilarious. Definitely a hilarious movie. Well, it does go hilarious when she does get to the camp. So I guess I could say that Hercules is a little bit funnier than this, but what can you do? The songs are pretty good. It's even the orchestra done by Jerry Goldsmith is pretty enjoyable. Well, and I really love the side characters as well. I love Ling. I really love Yao, and I love Shampoo. I will talk about the funniest part of the movie though, in a minute. Two of the funniest parts. I love the pencil. I love James Hong as the pencil pushing character. Beating Wong's pretty enjoyable as Chang. And of course the main villain. Yeah, here's my one problem with the movie: the villain. So honestly, he's one of the weakest Disney villains. He does look cool. His voice is pretty cool, but he doesn't seem very threatening to me. He doesn't seem very much. I mean, what's the point of him being the only thing he does is just slices wounds Mulan. That's it. You don't really, and you just throw the punch and stuff. But it doesn't seem that threatening. His voice is cool and his design is cool, but I really wish they could just do something a lot better to this character. He's kind of like Sykes from Oliver and Company to me. But so yeah, let's talk. And Eddie Murphy as Wushu, you're gonna love him. He's hilarious as hell. I've always thought Eddie Murphy was a funny guy. Hell, I'm watching I'm even watching an Eddie Murphy movie, Morbid. Yeah, it's a kind of a guilty pleasure movie for me. But the funniest part of the movie for me is in the bath scene where Mulan's in the lake or something, and then Shampoo and Yao are in it. Or something. I mean, oh my god, it just cracks me up. I love this part right here. We could just close our eyes and just swim around. Come on, don't be such a ouch! Something bit me. Ugh. Ugh, what a nasty flavor. Snake. Ah. Oh, and then she calls a horse in, and then on Shampoo, and the other one it's like snake, snake. And then as they're about to leave, Ling says to Yao, and he's like, some king of the rock. That always cracks me up. And then boy, that was close. Nope, that was foul. You owe me big. He squirts in a thing of toothpaste. I'm like, where did the toothpaste come from? But it's just pretty hilarious. And then Mulan wishes that she never sees a naked man. You know what happens? A bunch of naked guys come in. And she's like, and the horse is like looking at her and like, and then Mushu's like, hey, now look at me, I ain't biting no more butts. And the other really funny part of the movie is when James Hahn's character is coming out of the lake to take a bath, and then he's like, you men owe me a new pair of slippers, and I do not squeal like a girl. Ah! The way he screams like a girl just cracks me up every time. time I see that scene, it just makes me laugh. So yeah, I really like the characters. The camaraderie is really great. The comedy's great. The songs are pretty enjoyable. The two main characters are very enjoyable too. So it is definitely one of my favorites of all of them as well, and including the next one that I'm going to be talking about. That's my opinions on Mulan. What do you think about it? Just comment below. Follow me on Twitter or Facebook. Click like in the video. Subscribe on me and here on YouTube. And I will see you in the next video. I'm the Bostonian Critic, and I will see you in a little bit. Take care.